and the National Assembly looking to continue its investigation into the Supreme Court, despite the resignation of the former CJN. This is despite senior advocate Femi Falana arguing that the National Assembly has no power to look into the affairs of the judiciary. But what do you think this would achieve in the long run?
Well, it probably will help us achieve some level of probity, some level of transparency as it concerns the finances of the apex courts of our country. I am disturbed that in a season when clearly the budgetary allocation to the judiciary, to the Supreme Court has gone up, we now have Supreme Court justices complaining about poor welfare, complaining that they've been given vehicles that are bad instead of being given new cars. These are not allegations that the former CJN has denied. In fact, on the issue of bad vehicles for the judges, he said that the people concerned to really want to answer for the, to defend those allegations. But as the leader, you are not allowed, you are not supposed to permit certain things to happen. We know that civil servants are crooked. A good number of civil servants are crooked. We know that a lot of the corruption and the seat of power gets perpetrated by civil servants. They have the knowledge and capacity to do things when it comes to corruption and get away with it because they are familiar with the processes, the way things are done. But if the National Assembly appropriates money for the judiciary and other arms of government, if the money appropriated does not go to the places they are meant to go to, they have every right to find out why. They have every right. Yes, it may look unusual, but in my view, they can't simply watch civil servants, because in this case, I suspect that civil servants are the people involved. They can't simply watch civil servants tamper with money that is meant to take care of the welfare of Supreme Court judges and fail to do anything about it. If these big public servants are summoned and they explain themselves, it may mean that the Supreme Court needs to be availed more money to run its affairs. For example, the issue of diesel. Yes, diesel selling at 850 naira per liter, whereas it was selling at 225 naira per liter back in February. It's bad news for business, it's bad news for everyone. But I find it difficult to believe that judges will be told that once it is 4 o'clock, that the generators will be switched off. These are people who write judgments, sometimes up to 100 pages. There's no way they won't do extra work in the office. So if the executive is entitled to money to buy diesel to ensure it makes sense to say that the judiciary or the Supreme Court judges should not have access to such money to buy diesel so that they can do extra work in the office. Telling them that the generator will be shut down at 4 p.m. is a way of telling them to go home. I mean, if you said 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, it's understandable. But to tell them to go home at 4 o'clock, it's just not good enough. The money has to be provided for them to do their work diligently and with the best of work ethic. That is that ought to go to the Supreme Court judges. Then it is for the National Assembly in the exercise of its oversight functions to investigate, find out if the money is not enough. Then they need to appropriate more money to them. But they will not know if the money allocated is not enough if they do not investigate, if they do not find out what's going on. So I support the Senate to investigate some of those allegations. There's no reason why judges should be denied for training, for workshops, and the rest of them. There's no need, no reason in the world. So I want the Senate to try to investigate those allegations. That would be the interest of everyone. The rest of us here, at least, will be able to know the truth. We'll know what really is the problem. Perhaps
Absolutely,
it actually need more money.